our packet that we have, and we're going to cut this out. We are going to put our integer foldable. You're just cutting around the outside of it. All right, so we have divisibility rules are in. We have our growth mindset, divisibility rules, and now I'm going to put this one in on this page here. Fold that over to the line. Fold this one over. And then I'm going to cut. They have a door just to that line. And then I'm going to tape it in. Integer rules. All right, integer rules. Today we're just working on adding integers, same sign. We're working on adding. Adding means you add and keep the same sign when they have the same sign. So if I look at the first example, on the first example we're adding, are we adding integers that have the same sign or different signs? They have the same sign, -3, -1. I'm adding integers that have the same sign. So it says when it has the same sign, you add it up and then keep the same sign. 3 + 1 is 4, and I keep the negative sign. It's -4. We're going to add. On the third example, am I adding the same sign or different signs? They're different signs. I'm adding a positive and a negative together. That means that I'm going in two different directions. Here I'm going in the same direction. I'm going negative and more negative. Same with the second one. I was moving in the same direction. They were both moving in the negative direction. But now we see that we're moving in two different directions. First, we have to go in the positive direction, and then we've got to go back in the negative direction. That would be different signs. And when it's different signs, what do? You subtract. And then use the sign of the number with the larger, greater value. So I'm just going to zoom out for a second and talk about the absolute value. It's saying that I need to use the absolute value in my final answer. First of all, I subtract. So what is 10 minus 6? 10 minus 6 is 4. And then it says to take the sign from the larger absolute value. Well, what is the absolute value of -10? And what is the absolute value of 6? What's the absolute value of -10? It's 10. What's the absolute value of 6? Which one of these has a larger absolute value? The 10 does. So we're always taking the sign from the bigger number. Okay, looking at 10, we're going to take the sign from the 10, which is negative. All right, moving on to the next one. Are we adding like signs or different signs? These are different signs. So the first rule says that we're going to subtract 16 minus 5. And then we take the sign from the larger absolute value. Which number is going to have a larger absolute value? -16 or 5? 16. -16 is going to have the larger absolute value. So we're going to take the sign from 16. Okay, go ahead and try the last one. Let's see. First I'm adding 2 that have the same sign. I'm going to start here. -4 plus a -2 are the same sign, so I add them up. I get 6 and keep the same sign, so I get -6. And then I need to bring down the rest of this. Plus, what am I adding to that? A +6. Now am I adding same sign or different sign? I'm adding different signs, so what's it say to do? When it's different signs, the first word it says to do is subtract. What's 6 minus 6? 0. And then is 0 positive or negative? It's neither. So it's just 0. Good job. Those are the notes for today. Worksheet will be 2 through 30 evens. Go ahead and get started on your homework. And then if you actually go into your Google Classroom and you click on that PDF, you could open it with Kami. That's how I would do it. Unless you have a lot of work to show in math, I'd probably just do it right on here. Open with Kami and start your work right on that worksheet. Okay?